With College Football 25 being halfway over and with EA already at work on College Football 26, I wanted to make a video of the 10 biggest things I personally want to see in College Football 26. Now, some of these things have already been rumored. There's already been some leaks around some of these things as well, but nothing has been 100% confirmed just yet. And although I thought 25 was a really good game, there's definitely still a number of things that I and many others would like to see in the game, and I'm hoping that at least a good amount of these things make it in for 26. Now, to start right off the bat, the first thing I definitely want to see in this game, more so for everybody else, not just myself, is high school and Road to Glory. I know that this was one of the biggest complaints of 25, that this was not in the game, and although personally I thought high school in the older games was too easy and almost like a chore to play through, it is still an important part of the mode that people fell in love with, especially the process of getting offers from schools. Now, I hope if they bring this back, which I'm pretty sure they are, I want them to make it at least a little more difficult, or maybe make it to where you can pick what star of an athlete you are, kind of like you can in 25, but instead for 26, make it to where I can play through high school as a 2-star or a 3-star, and the lower the star, the harder it would be for me to play well and get offers, whereas if I want to just be a 5-star and dominate, I could do that as well. Number 2 is crossplay for Dynasty mode. Now, we have crossplay in so many different games now, especially EA games. We have it in Madden as well. I'm not sure why this still isn't in College Football 25, but I do think there's a good chance we can see this in College Football 26. I think for the first year of the game, they didn't want to put this in, potentially because of any problems that could have maybe been caused by it, because we saw that happen in Madden a couple of years ago. So I think it's something they were just waiting a little longer on before rushing it into the game, but I would hope that we could finally see this in 26, as it's already in a number of EA's other games. Number 3, I want to see the ability to create players. Yes, this sounds kind of crazy because this is standard in every sports game, but in College Football 25, we could not create players outside of the Road to Glory mode where you can only create yourself. Now, the reasoning for this did make some sense. We knew that you weren't going to be able to fully create players because now with the college players actually being licensed, they couldn't give you an opening to create a player who maybe would have opted out. Now, there was the ability to edit players, and throughout the year, they opened up more ways that you could edit them, whereas at the beginning of the year, the editing itself was also pretty restricted as well. But a few things make me think that this is possible to have full editing of a player now, or at least mostly full editing. Number 1, we're 2 years into this now, and it pretty much is clear that players are not opting out. They're getting paid enough money. In fact, they're getting paid more than double what they did last year. The price is going up, so I don't really see any players holding out. Last year, no players held out as well. And throughout the year, they even added more ways that you could edit players, like being able to change their numbers and things like that. So I do think they should give us create a player this year. I can understand if they have to keep some type of a limitation in there somewhere just in case a player opts out, but you should be able to still mostly create a player and have most options available, seeing as most players are opting into the game anyway, and you could just leave one small thing out to where you couldn't perfectly replicate a player. I think if they did that, it would go over pretty well with the fans, and people want to see this. Now, we're going to continue on with the rest of the things I want to see in College Football 26, but really quickly, here's a word from today's video sponsor. If you're looking for a premium mattress that is designed to upgrade your sleep and improve your overall quality of life, then look no further than today's video sponsor, Bear Mattress. Bear Mattress has incredible quality, they're fiberglass free, and on top of all that, they ship it to your door conveniently for free as well. Now, I've been using Bear Mattress for a little bit, and my quality of sleep has improved quite a bit, and this is something that I kind of didn't understand a lot of my life. I didn't realize how important a good mattress was, but when you think about it, you spend a lot of your time sleeping, so you definitely don't want to skimp on a mattress. Now, one of the great things about Bear Mattress is that there is a Bear Sleep Quiz, which matches you to the perfect mattress based on your body type and your sleep preferences. Now, me personally, after taking the quiz, I was matched up with the Star Hybrid mattress, and I will say that it is spot on. Now, not only is the quality good, not only is it conveniently shipped to your door for free, but it's also super easy to set up. The mattress comes rolled up in a box. Me and my wife were able to set this up in literally 5 minutes. You pull it out of the box, you get it out of the plastic wrapping, the mattress opens up, and then you literally just put it in place and boom, you are ready to go. There's also a 120-night sleep trial to test the mattress out to ensure you love it, so you really can't lose here. Bear mattresses also include a limited lifetime warranty, and they offer financing options and flexible payment plans. So again, no matter the situation you're in, Bear Mattress has you covered. I love my Bear Mattress, and I think you would too. If you're looking to upgrade your sleep, head to bearmattress.com/RayWeather and use code RayWeather to get 40% off of your Bear Mattress plus 2 free pillows. This is higher than what is being offered on site, so go check it out while you can. Number 4, another thing I really want to see in 26 are FCS teams. Now, this is also something that EA said at one point, or at least hinted at, coming down the line, and they did say it wasn't going to be in 25, but it was something they wanted to get in the game. But they did reiterate a bunch that the first game back, they wanted to make sure to get all of the FBS teams correct, and they still have some things to work on with some of those teams. They didn't even get all of that 100% correct because it is a lot of teams. Some things are off here or there. There's still some other things they're trying to improve on, but they did say the first game back was really more so about getting those schools right. Now that most of that is done, I think maybe now we could see the FCS teams come in because a lot of people really want to see this. They want to rebuild these teams and maybe turn them into powerhouses or whatever the case may be. Obviously, you can create these teams on Team Builder, but people want the real ones in the game, as do I, so I hope we do see this in 26. Moving on to number 5, I want to see a stadium creator for Team Builder and even possibly the ability to upgrade existing stadiums. Now, I realize that upgrading existing stadiums may be something they can't completely do because maybe schools wouldn't want that. But a stadium creator, however, I do think is something we're going to get sooner rather than later. That has been a big rumor that has been circulating even before 25 came out. We knew it wasn't going to be in 25. It might not be in 26 either because this is probably something that would take a lot of time to code properly. I hope we see it in 26, but if not in 26, I do think this is absolutely in the future of the game because they have a pretty good team builder when it's not being buggy on the website. It's a pretty good team builder, and the only thing that it is truly missing is a stadium creator. So I do think this would be a very big selling point for any game that it came out in because that would make people want to buy the game, especially people that love creating teams. So I know it's been a rumor, it's not confirmed, but I do hope that we see this in 26. Number 6, more team details. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I did say earlier in the video that there were some details that they didn't get perfect about every school. Like, some of the schools don't have their exact actual runouts. They have a more generic one, whereas a lot of the big schools do have something that's similar to their actual runout. The smaller schools, you know, they couldn't do it for every single school because it takes a lot of time. So it's not that they're not going to do it, but they're going to probably build it out this year, maybe even some next year. Well, we got a lot of that in 25, but there are still more specific walkouts and intros, or just the fact that we don't have all of the mascots in the game yet. We only have 50 mascots, which I thought we would have more than that. They did say for sure that there's going to be more mascots in 26. That was definitely one of the leaks recently. So we should be seeing more team details, more uniforms. There's still a bunch of older uniforms that we could get for more teams. So this is kind of just lumping a lot of smaller things about teams into one bullet point, but I just want to see more traditions for each team represented. Number 7, more positions in Road to Glory. This is probably the other major thing that's lacking in Road to Glory outside of the high school. It's just not enough positions, and this has also been a problem with Madden for years in Superstar mode. Back on the PS2, you could pretty much be any position, and then they removed some later on, and then once they brought it back recently, we've only had about 5 positions for a while now. So I'm not saying it has to be every single position, but at least open up the opportunity to be a safety, for example, or a pass rusher, or maybe a tight end. Hey, maybe even kicker, because there are people that would like to play the career of a kicker. So that would be cool. I do think you got to give us at least a couple new ones this year. You don't have to give it all, but definitely open up more positions than the ones that are already there. Number 8 is a fun one. I don't know if we'll get it, but I'd like to see fans rushing the field. And I've seen a lot of people asking about this because this is such a common thing in college football nowadays. We see it multiple times throughout a season. I think it could be cool. I don't know if it's one of those things that they would like to keep out of the game because technically, you're not supposed to do it and it could be dangerous. People could get hurt. So I don't know if that's something they would put in the game because of that. I'm not really sure, but I think it would be something fun to put in the game because it is something that happens a lot in real life, and a lot of people have asked for this. Number 9, Dynasty upgrades. So this is kind of where I'm going to lump a few things for Dynasty mode into one. There's some things that are needed there, and there's just also some other things that need to be upgraded, like the coaching carousel, for example. That's one of the parts of Dynasty this year that a lot of people felt didn't really work as good as it should have. I know that's something they're going to work on and upgrade for 26. We would like to see that. Obviously, we want to constantly see different things implemented with recruiting. We have heard some rumors earlier in the year when EA sent surveys out to players that some things they were considering for recruiting, for example, were like dynamic deal breakers or motivations so that these players could, kind of change as they went throughout their college career. What was important to a player when he first signed to a school, a couple years later, he may shift his motivations because he's a better player. Maybe now he wants to win a national championship, thus more likely for him to transfer. So just making more things possible in recruiting to make it stand out more and make it more challenging. Also, obviously, we want to see things like the trophy room added. A lot of people want that. More storylines and things like that as well. So just hopefully we get a decent amount of dynasty upgrades. And number 10, I really don't think we're getting this, but I have to put it on there. I would love to see a PC version of the game. I do think at some point we will get it on PC again, but just like Madden, kind of took a few years before we got to see a PC version of Madden return. I do know that they probably don't like when people mod the game, but at the end of the day, for people that want to play on PC, the mods do make the game more fun. I mean, we see what the mods have done for Madden. They make it a lot more creative, and you know, it's not really EA's fault. It's out of their hands once they release the game. I don't really think they can get in trouble for it, so hopefully we do see a PC version this year, but I will admit that this is likely not going to happen yet. Now, if you want to know about the 5 biggest rumors that we know so far about College Football 26, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.